Alright, here's part 2, and this time I'm going to talk about manga. Someone asked if I can do it. I don't know who the person was. I don't know which video he posted that comment on. And I don't feel like shuffling to find out who the YouTube user is, so if you know who you are, then feel free to comment and say, hey, it was me who recommended that you should talk about manga again, whatever. And yes, I have vlogged about manga in the past before, and I think I have the video archived somewhere, but I don't feel like pulling it up and looking for it. If I have it, I'm not sure. It might have disappeared forever. So I'll just rediscuss my thoughts on manga, as well as add some new things as well. So, it's pretty obvious I read manga. I do have a lot of manga. I've been collecting Negima. I have all of Welcome to the NHK, all of Genshiken, first volume of the new Genshiken series that came out this September, I believe. Bunch of other titles. Most of them are incomplete because I really do not care enough to, finish reading them. Most of them are just one volumes I bought just to see if I can continue reading it. And that's okay because manga does have a lot of pros over anime. Anime has, animation, color, and even voice acting. But manga has its advantages. For example, I usually buy one volume as kind of a first impression thing if I'm not too sure if I will continue reading it or something. And the price range is usually like $10 to $12. And if I end up being generally disappointed by the manga, I can shrug it off because it's like $10, so not a big deal for me. Other things that mangas have that have advantages is that sometimes it is the original. That's where the series originally started off as. Most anime are based off of mangas, but lately now I'm seeing a new trend. Anime are now based off of just plain old light novels. Just plain old books like Haruhi Suzumiya and I believe Sword Art Online. But it used to be manga most of the time. And sometimes the manga will be better because, it may, flesh out characters more, it may have more material. Some anime actually end before, usually have a cutoff where the manga continues to keep going. Which is why most endings kind of feel a little bit rushed and not full satisfying most of the time. Now, I'm not going to get up here and say that, you should drop anime, just watch manga, that's better, that's always better, like some kind of freaking manga elitist, because I hate those people too. I don't know if you're familiar with a stand-up comic by the name of John Caparulo, but he did a little bit about, people who, like to read books and prefer that over movies. Now, I do not agree that all books suck, but I do agree that those people can be obnoxious at least, which is why I found his little material to be funny. But it's true. Sometimes manga may be a little better, but that doesn't mean the anime itself that it's adapted from is complete shit. I'm getting a lot of flack for that from, Air Gear fans who say, oh, well, the anime is not that good, but, the manga is superior. I'm like, yeah, but I still like the anime, and if I still like the anime after finish watching it, maybe I'll go and check out the manga as well. And most of the time I do. After watching Genshiken, I'm like, wow, this is a freaking amazing series. I gotta read the manga. And I did. And I still love the manga. So, there's really nothing wrong with trying to both enjoy, the anime the manga's based off of as well as the original source material itself. But the reason why I'm bringing this topic up is because I don't see a lot of people in this anime reviewing community that I'm a part of, discuss manga in any way, shape, or form. Or maybe some of them do, but they fall into obscurity, and it's kind of heart-wrenching, too. I've seen a lot of, comic book geeks on YouTube who will vlog about anything comic books, and I'm subscribed to a few comic book reviewers themselves who will discuss about them, like Geekvolution and Blows Himself Up Dude, aka Browncoat Eric. But when it comes to, manga on YouTube, it's almost a desert town. I mean, you may have a couple Shonen Jump readers who will review by the chapter, which I think is kind of silly. If I'm going to review some of its individuality, I usually like to review by the volume and not by the chapter, because chapters are, I could do, chapters are like, for me, reading a chapter takes me like 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know if I can watch a vlog of a guy discussing a chapter for like twice as long as that. But here's the thing, I'm sub to, even though I've been a little ambivalent towards reviewers, but sometimes I subscribe to reviews just to see their little discussion topics. But, you know, anime overviewer, Magazix1, who is your anime, Gigik, Gigtuk, big name YouTuber, you should know who I'm talking about. Never see them discuss manga a whole bunch, or at all for that matter. Why is that? I'm not entirely sure, but I do have a few theories. One of them being is that most manga do go on for a while. Most volumes hit double digits. Price range wise, it may cost you over $100 average, unless of course you find some kick-ass deal and you'll be able to buy, 15 volumes for like $30, which would be one hell of an awesome deal actually. I'd jump on that, even if it's a shitty series. but but maybe that's one of the reasons. Now, I have reviewed manga in the past. I even done some Volume 1 impressions on a few that aren't uploaded on YouTube anymore. I may be able to re-upload them if you guys want to hear it. But I reviewed Gunsmith Cats and Alley House, and those for me were easy to review because they were actually pretty short volumes. Now, Gunsmith Cats, the one I reviewed, was a revised edition which had 4 volumes, and while they were pretty large volumes, there are actually omnibuses of multiple volumes inside them. I was still able to go through them pretty quickly. And Alley House was only 4 volumes altogether with 2 separate omnibuses, and I can actually, read that within the length of a film, actually. But most manga, Negima, even though that had 2 different 26 episode anime series and a few OVAs and a motion picture, that series has like 30 something volumes in it. Now that would take an eternity to review all that, and Negima is actually a shonen manga with multiple story arcs, and sometimes the quality will shift for better or worse. And I don't know. Maybe that's the main reason why I don't see that many manga reviewers in this community, or people who discuss a whole bunch. Even I'm not doing it that much, but though I do want to, see the volume, see the manga I have for this image for this video. Yeah, it's a Shonen Jump manga. I thought, and I'm going to discuss why I like this as opposed to every other Shonen Jump manga and anime as well. I had plans to do a first impressions of the anime, but we'll talk about that in part 3. So yeah, those are my thoughts on manga. I really like to see more discussions about that particular medium, because I don't think there's enough of it. At least in this part of the community where I participate in. Feel free to give me comments. Feel free to discuss here on this channel or make a video response. That's all I gotta say, and I need to start reading. I need to start picking up this Bakuman again, because man, it is a really good manga. I really enjoy it. All right, now for part 3.